welcome to Bottom Up. I believe that true success can only be achieved through moments of failure, perseverance, and vulnerability. This podcast brings you honest conversation to help prevent the taboo of rock bottom moments. And today, we have someone, we go way back. She's a great person, a true inspiration to me, and she's guiding me through very bottom-up moments of mine, Sefina Didi.
Hi.
So she is my cousin sister, but she's pretty much like a sister. And Didi?
Of course. That's it? My intro?
That's it. अब के भनौँ भन्नु त?
No, I'm just
What do you want me
kidding.
to say? She's a great inspiration भने पुगेन? पुग्यो.
Thank you.
Didi.
Thank you for inviting me.
No worry, Didi. I wanted to have you on for a long time, and now we finally found a time that works for all of us gathered here today.
True.
Let's get straight into it.
Yeah.
You competed in Miss Universe Nepal. Duh, right? If you don't know, where have you been? You competed in Miss Universe. And how did you come to that decision?
That's a pretty long but still short story.
We've got time.
Yeah, we've got time. Actually, I just resigned from a job, and there was a wedding, our sister's wedding, Roisha's wedding, and wedding pani sakyo, and I wasn't sure what to do. And no, sorry, I'm confused. Miss Universe bhairakai bela Roishaको wedding kai time ma Miss Universe ko application form khole थियो.
Oh,
right.
You were like kind of contemplating, but you were going ahead
and
with
I was in a state of uncertain mind where I wasn't sure what to do in life because I had a very rough time in my previous job, and I was struggling with what I want to do in my life. And Riju, my younger sister, she suggested me last day थियो के application form को, and I turned 28.
Oh my god. Last day थियो
अनि
oh my god.
And 20 उले मलाई भनिरहेको थियो but I wasn't sure, I was confused. अनि म 28 years old छु अहिले अनि during that time, so that Miss Universe को age limit 28 छ के, so it was do or die if I did it हुन्छ नि.
So wait, the cap off at 28, you had to be younger than 28 to compete.
Yeah, I need to be 28 or younger than 28. अनि मैले next year गर्छु भने गर्न मिल्दैन because I'll turn 29. अनि so my sister Riju was like, this will be an experience for you and blah 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 blah, and I was like, okay, whatever, let's try भनेर I did it. अनि that's how.
So you applied on the last day.
Yeah,
of the
second last or last summer,
of the last
very last minute. Yeah.
Of the last year possible.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't be like, oh, I'll do it next year. This was like this year. Or,
yeah, of course.
And
because Miss Nepal ma age limit is like 25 okay kati. And Miss Universe is the only platform where you can apply 28 to that pani.
Okay, so this was like, it's not like, oh, I can go to another pageant. This was like, okay, and then why a pageant? Like, I mean, was there... Yeah, so why...
Good
like
question.
There's a lot of things people can do with themselves, right? But like, what made you choose... Like, what made you be like, I want a pageant? Or what made Riju Didi think of, a pageant would be good for you?
It's not about what was good for me or what was not good for me. But, since very young age, I wanted to participate in Miss Nepal. But it's such a controversial space, the pageant, where beauty is like so much highlighted and stuff. So I was always confused. The Miss Universe, because I like the concept about being bold, brave and beautiful, where, the height, age didn't matter as like other pageants. So that was the only thing that grabbed my attention too. So that's why I applied for Miss Universe, because its concept was nice, where transgender can apply. Where,
you guys have a you guys had like a transgender woman that went really far, right?
So I always believed in inclusivity and stuff. So that thing I connected with that part.
For you. Okay.
Ani त्यही भएर चाहिँ I applied. Ani It was fun, but at the same time, it was a pretty struggle. Ni gari मैले मेरो first 2-3 days was very hard in Miss Universe page, and I had a very bad breakdown, and I wanted to quit.
What was the breakdown about, if you don't mind?
Because I was 28. I think I was the oldest of all the contestants, and everyone was so well prepared. Okay, last minute.
Oh, you just like went in like
just like that.
Like dived in head first,
yeah, and
you didn't feel the water or nothing.
Everyone was so prepared. They had like proper walk practice, speaking skills. And first day of practice, I still remember all girls were there. Ani सबैजनालाई question answer round practice गर्ने भने के with all the girls. Ani सबैजना बोल्यो. I was like numb के. I couldn't speak. And I felt like so underconfident. And म के गरिरहेको छु म किन आएको जस्तो भएको थियो कि I was like
just to confirm, this was doing Yak and Yeti, right? When you went to Yak and Yeti,
you're doing good promotion, by the way.
Oh,
Yak and Yeti ko.
I read somewhere that if I name brands on my podcast, they might come back and start paying me, so I gotta name as many brands as I can.
Yes.
Nike, Adidas, all of them. Silver Mall, all of them.
Right, you're smart. You're very smart.
Thank you. So are you.
You're welcome.
But where were we? Oh my god.
Yeah, my breakdown, by the way.
Yeah, your breakdown. Yeah. So this is when you went to Yak and Yeti, right?
Yes.
But before that, you had to submit videos and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I forgot that part. You remember everything. Oh my god, you did some research.
You do. I didn't do research. I'm just aware. But after
so यस्तो हुन्छ रहेछ कि pattern. So form submit गर्यो, top 60 select हुन्छ, and then there's top 40, and then there's top 20. Okay, so we had to do tasks, we had to make videos, we had to, I don't know, do a lot of tasks. So it was in between Roisha's wedding. So Roisha's wedding ko बिचमा मैले कति videos haru sari kurta laera with makeup on, I made few videos.
Yeah, he's like, he knows the drill. Yeah. I remember you used to text me being like, Babu, camera tha. Babu, lighting राम्रो छ. Babu, घरमा film गरे हुन्छ. मैले त किन सोधे आएर गर्नु न मसँग क्यामेरा त छैन.
Yeah, but I remember. But
दाइ हेर्नु न 20 minutes मा off है. Sorry, त्यो मेन्सन गर्नु बिर्स्यो.
Okay. So त्यही नै हो. त्यो भर्खरको पार्ट कट हुन्छ.
हैन, so 20 minutes मा त्यो क्यामेरा अफै हुन्छ के. That's why I show the
11 minutes. Okay, so त्यही नै हो. अनि प्रेप भइरहेको थियो वेडिङको टाइम. सो मैले इन्जोय गरिरहेको थिएँ वेडिङ. एट द सेम टाइम इट वाज प्रिटी प्रेसर. तर म चाहिँ जे भयो नि हुन्छ भनेर आई वाज डुइङ के. आई वाज इन लाइक मच प्रेसर. म सेलेक्ट हुनुपर्छ, म जित्नुपर्छ, मेरोमा त्यो ड्राइभ.
You hadn't like invested your time into practicing all these things like the other girls, right?
Oh my god, they like doing walk practice. They had the speech practice, like so much of prep के अब लुगाको. And I was doing everything last minute. अनि मेरो भने त first breakdown was not because I couldn't walk, but मलाई त्यो पब्लिकमा बोल्न I really was hesitant के.
But you're a good public speaker. अब त्यो गरिरहेको थियो नि हैन पहिलादेखि.
Such a long break. मैले धेरै भइसक्यो त्यो पब्लिकमा नबोलेको. अनि मेरो लागि चाहिँ त्यो एकदमै धेरै च्यालेन्जिङ. अनि इट्स रियली हार्ड रहेछ के पब्लिकमा बोल्नु. अनि have your opinion. अनि झन् मिस युनिभर्सको क्वेसन आन्सर भनेको त you have to be perfect while answering,
Yeah.
अनि I'm someone who believes in imperfection. Being imperfection is like being a perfect person.
I believe that too.
Yeah, but अनि त्यहाँ एउटा एक्सपेक्टेसन के अब स्टेजमा राम्रो बोल्ने, एउटा पोस्चर मिलाउने.
To be the quote unquote perfect,
मेरो त 3 दिन यस्तो ढाड दुखेर कमर दुखे त्यो हिल्समा उभिराख्ने. It was very painful.
म त 2 सेकेन्ड हिल्समा उभिन सक्दैन नि. यो त दुख्न थाल्छ हिल्सहरु.
But having said that, that was a very good experience for me because मैले आफ्नो other side like challenge गरेर I came हुन्छ नि.
I mean, it's really crazy that you tell me all this stuff because I know that you came third runner up and you had no idea almost what you were doing, right?
Right.
If I can say that, but it's crazy.
Right.
I mean, how did it feel to know that you went in this not expecting anything?
Yeah.
And you came third?
like there were girls, you know, who were very disappointed that they didn't win. You know, they had like their own breakdown. मलाई त त्यस्तो केही पनि भएन कि I was okay. I was very I felt very fortunate to even win that title, third runner up को हैन. अनि मेरो लागि चाहिँ त्यस्तो जितेर मेरो यही हो जिन्दगी पनि भएन. अनि मलाई हारेर त्यस्तो ला म के गर्नु लाइफमा पनि भएन. म अलिक क्यारिड अवे चाहिँ भयो त्यो मोमेन्टमा, यु नो, विथ लिटल बिट अफ फेम, अब यस्तै लाइट अटेन्सन, मलाई चाहिँ अलिक ओभरवेल्मिङ चाहिँ भएको थियो. अनि आई वाजन्ट स्योर अब के गर्ने नेक्स्ट हुन्छ नि, सुड आई कन्टिन्यू इन दिस फिल्ड, वाट सुड आई डु. म करियरमा के गर्ने नै थाहा थिएन. आई वाज मेरो लागि एउटा प्रेसर चाहिँ, आइएम 28 years old, आई विल बी म्यारिड सुन, अब मेरो लाइफमा के हुन्छ, यु नो, करियरमा के गर्ने भनेर चाहिँ मेरो एकदम बिग क्वेसन मार्क थियो. अनि आफ्टर मिस युनिभर्स वाज भेरी हार्ड फर मी. मेरो मिस युनिभर्स पछि चाहिँ आई स्ट्रगल्ड अ लट. आई थिङ्क फर अ मन्थ मलाई चाहिँ एक्सट्रिमली नै गाह्रो भयो क्या, बिकज अपर्च्युनिटिज छ पनि छैन पनि के आफ्टर द्याट टाइटल. You know what I'm saying?
Like there are opportunities, but there are also not.
Wow. Thanks for translating.
No, I don't quite understand.
No, there was just say the title, you patient industry, your beauty industry, they expect you to be everywhere for networking, socializing. Okay? And to be very honest, socializing is very tiring. Okay? Tiresome. You need to keep smiling, you need to keep talking, you need to be this person who you are not.
I don't know if the term is socializing, because that's what we're doing right now. And you don't need to smile, you can cry, you can frown.
I know, but in that context, when...
But there almost beauty pageants and the promotion that's gone into it, almost it requires a different kind of socializing that really
absolutely
drains your mind. I mean,
you need to put a lot of effort, okay?
Because it's about the tiny details, right? And those are the hardest to fix, in my opinion.
Yes, of course.
I mean, you did say that you believe in imperfection, right? So how does it feel for you trying to be this quote-unquote perfect when you don't?
Actually, at the initial stage, I kind of enjoyed. I love going parties, and I love having that to be that center of attention and have that conversations with people, you know. But at a point where I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not getting paid. You know, I'm not earning a penny from this. I'm like spending so much money in makeup and my cab, but you know, so much. We're a function. There's so much of expense. And I'm not getting a penny. What am I doing? But it was like, do worthy feel boy na about rewarding the lagnu paryo ni in whatever you do, right? Ani मेरो सबै सेभिङ्स वाज लाइक सकिङ लागिसकेको थियो के, यु नो, इट वाज अलमोस्ट फिनिस. अनि म घरमा चाहिँ पैसा माग्दिनँ के. सिन्स 18 years आई स्टार्टेड अर्निङ के, सो म घरमा हतपत पैसै माग्दिनँ होइन. इट वाज भेरी हार्ड. मेरो सेभिङ सकिन थाल्यो कमाएको, बिकज मैले क्विट गरेको थिएँ जब, देयर वाज नो मनी. अनि त्यसपछि म फ्रस्ट्रेट हुन थालेँ. त्यसपछि आई स्टार्ट गेटिङ,
बिकज इट्स नट लाइक यु आर रिप्लेनिशिङ योर ब्याङ्क विथ एनिथिङ. I mean, it's like you're investing not just time, but like the hard-earned money you use each year, right? And then what you're saying is there's this moment of, I spent 10 years working my bum off, and now I'm here, and is it really worth it?
Yeah, that was a big question, of course. And even my parents was a little worried, अब के गर्छौ त, you know, this question, अब के गर्ने, अब यो सक्यो, अब के गर्ने. I started looking for a job त्यसपछि, अनि job पनि बाफले भने, so it's not easy in नेपालमा to sustain, you know. अनि त्यसपछि I started घरमै बस्न थालेँ कि म हप्ता दिन. I started crying, I started having these very bad moments. I didn't like to socialize. हुन्छ नि, मैले इन्स्टाग्रामबाट पनि एकछिनको लागि बन्द गरिदिएँ. It was so disturbing के, toxic हुन थालेँ के. It was supposed to be very nice के हुन्छ नि, that moments एकदम राम्रो हुनुपर्ने. It's not about failure पनि के, म एकदम मिडलमा भएँ के, न यता न उता. अनि I feel I was responsible for that, you know.
I feel like people don't quite understand that, like, because this is about bottom up, so you're not supposed to be in the middle.
Yeah.
But being in the middle is actually really hard.
Of course.
Because it's like there are two sides that are pulling you, and you're like, which one do I go on? And then like, it's really like
it's like you can't decide what is right and
what
what is wrong. And then what should I do? And you're so confused.
both sides are pulling you and it's tearing you down and it's just
right. अब अलिकति रिवार्डिङ मात्र भइदिएको भए पनि I can figure out that this is the career that I want. And फेरि म कस्तो हुन्छ अब म 21 भएको अरे के for example during that time if my age was 21 there comes age के if I was 21 I can waste my 1 year doing nothing and just trying but I was in that age where I don't have time to waste
where you feel like every year every minute counts
of course because I can't rely on my parents for my money
because as you get older do you feel like you realize that time is more precious, like the value for money increases as you get older, right?
Yes.
So going back to your point of view, use all your savings to do this. You're also sacrificing so much of your time that the value of your time has increased so much.
True.
Do you think the value of your time increased after Miss Universe or before Pani थियो?
Before Pani थियो तर मलाई Miss Universe पछि मेरो त्यो टिक स्टार्ट भयो जस्तो लाग्थ्यो कि ला अब के गर्ने 28 हुन्ला अब 29 हुन्छ अब के गर्ने I'm getting married अब के गर्ने I don't have a job अब के गर्ने I was very worried about the time के especially अनि but त्यसपछि मलाई 2-3 offers आयो कामको proper कामको and
not related to Miss Universe.
No, एउटा चाहिँ अलिकति related but अनि एउटा चाहिँ अलिकति related to Miss Universe भन्दा पनि अलि socialize गर्ने more like parties events related job आथ्यो अनि एउटा चाहिँ more like academics तिर आथ्यो के अनि I had to choose after Miss Universe को कुरा to break down
which one did you choose? Drum roll please.
अनि एक्सपोजर दुइटैमै इक्वली छ बट एउटामा चाहिँ मोर लाइक सोसलाइज गर्ने भयो आई निड टु बी राइट आउट देयर इन्स्टाग्राम एक्टिभ एभ्रिथिङ एक्टिभ इट्स पार्टी नाइट
And it sounds like you were pretty fed up with that.
अनि म फर्स्ट एकदम एक्साइटेड भयो कि त्यो जब अफर आउँदा एन्ड आम लाइक ओके इट्स गन बी एक्साइटिङ एम गन डु दिस भयो तर मलाई एउटा पोइन्टमा मैले लङ हुन्छ नि फार साइडेड हेरेँ कि आम लाइक डु आई रियली वान्ट दिस पार्टी लाइफ हुन्छ इभेन्ट्स
my life to be out there for everyone to see and judge.
Yeah, right? Exactly. And I didn't want that, okay? I wanted a little bit to be a little private and I chose the other side, okay? Not that.
I mean, I was gonna go to boarding school, as you know.
I know, yeah.
And now I realize that I'm really glad I didn't because we wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah,
right?
Everything happens for a reason.
Exactly. But it took me a while to realize that this was the right choice, right?
Right.
And with a very important decision like choosing what career path, like it was like a fork. You had to choose one or the other, right? Once again, you were in the middle. You were getting pulled apart, right?
Right.
Now that you've chosen what you want to do and you want to keep your life private, do you see the benefits of it yet? Like, you made the right decision? Because I believe you have.
Yeah.
But the more important question is, have you seen it or not yet?
About the right decision, I don't know that yet because I'm still processing. But having this part private made me feel more calmer and more secure and more comfortable in my own space, There's nobody judging me. What am I doing? What work am I? There's like no show off,
Yeah.
And I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care, So it's just that I'm just enjoying that space right now.
You're enjoying what you're doing. And
and I'm loving my work right now. Yeah. It's challenging. It's like this drive. It's rewarding. I'm getting paid, That's the best part.
Yeah.
Oh.
That feels good again, probably,
yeah,
right?
Money's coming.
Money. दिदीले खुवाउँछ अब हाम्रो खाना दिदीले हामीलाई ट्रिट लाग्छ अब
के खाने
ल
चिकन
एकछिनमा भन्छु
लेट मी आस्क यु कसको पडकास्ट चाहिँ तिम्रो फेभरेट पडकास्ट हो
मेरो फेभरेट
तिमी सुन्छौ पडकास्ट लाइक दिस इज योर पडकास्ट कसको
कहिले सुन्छ सुशान्त दाइको कहिले सुन्छ हैन अनएयरको पनि कहिले सुन्छ अब अनेस्ट आई लिसन टु पडकास्ट व्हेन पिपल आई नो गो अन इट हैन गफ गफ पास चाहिँ नि पनि सुनिरहेको छु कहिले बट I feel like all these podcasts, when I listen to it, it's so heavy and political, and people are so filtered and trying to be their best self. Like, it's almost like they're competing in Miss Universe, and they've got their posture straight, and it's just like, I know these people aren't fully like this,
Right.
I feel like the closest it gets to unfiltered is Golf Pass, because then like Jeep bulls, like I know those are the people I know, right? But yeah,
See,
I
that's
feel like
funny.
there's a meaning, like I'm not saying we don't need those podcasts, we definitely do.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, that's not what I need. I need
Right.
someone that's like, I just want to hear real conversations.
To be very honest, तिमीले मलाई बोलाउँदा पनि I was little nervous के किन भन्दाखेरि अब somehow I'm not that famous public figure or whatsoever. I'm
Yeah.
not that I'm
Yeah.
not that famous भनौँ न. I'm
Yeah.
not Deepika Padukone or I'm not Priyanka Karki, but
Ab-
still I'm a little bit out there.
Yeah, yeah.
And my words can turn out to be something controversial. हुन सक्छ
Like
भनेर.
people can, like once
Yeah.
it goes public, people clip it and they can do whatever they
Yeah.
want with it, right?
Of course.
I mean, that's scary for me as well.
It's like, why it's so sad that why you need to be conscious to just share your part of your story.
Exactly.
Why?
And it goes back to your feeling of just not caring, right? You have your
Yeah.
private life and you just don't care,
Yeah.
right? I feel like you need to be, I feel like for this podcast, when I look for guests, I need to look for brave guests such as yourself to actually share, right? Because these people will be like, oh, this is going to go on YouTube. And
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to get really hard if this takes off.
It's not about people, जसलाई चिन्दैन नि उनीहरूले जज चाहिँ गर्छ होइन के मतलब होइन जज गर्नेले गर्छ तर कसैलाई डर चाहिँ के हुन्छ आफ्नै चिनेको मान्छेहरूले जज गर्छ भनेर झन् धेरै डर लाग्छ
त्यो पनि डर लाग्छ
because criticism comments आउँछ नि that's more scary क्या actually
yeah. It
आफ्नै
is,
मान्छेहरूको
because you know them and you know you didn't do them proud, and that's
No, it's not about making proud of it, but how fast opinions आउँछ के on your face.
so. I mean, going back to the Miss Universe thing,
There
right?
we go. Are we not having any other conversation except
I
for
mean,
Miss Universe?
sorry, but
There's so much in my life better than Miss Universe.
I mean, what was better than Miss Universe then?
I don't know. You tell me. You know more than anyone, I guess.
I mean, going back to like your jobs and all that, right? You hopped around a lot of jobs. You also didn't go abroad. How does that feel? Like,
Yeah.
Garma, you're the only
Wow.
sibling in your entire joint family household,
Yeah.
right? That didn't go abroad to study.
Right.
The feeling ke ho ni, because
I just had a fight, like 2 days back with Richu, my younger sister, regarding this. About going abroad, not going abroad. Kukura kya. I'm sure you are interested to know more about that fight, but
not on this.
not on this.
pay me, then I might share it. But
No, I think मेरो चाहिँ I
Could you
live in
give
a
us-
I live in a joint family होइन अनि we are 13 siblings के अनि 13 जनामा siblings होइन sorry cousins siblings त म 3 जना हो 13 जना cousins-मा हामी कतिजना बाँकी छ 4 जना मात्र बाँकी छ कि नेपालमा अनि अर्को 2 जना पनि छिटै लिभ गर्छ होला so only 2 of us will be here के
who's the two of us?
me and Neha
Neha didi.
yeah 13 मा everyone left के
Uh.
अनि मलाई पनि जान मन लाग्छ obviously who doesn't want to go
Yeah,
abroad
yeah.
and have a settled life
Exactly.
it's like have that experience मलाई पनि जान मन थियो मैले social work पढेकै बाहिर जानु मन लागेर नै हो हैन I wanted to have career बाहिर and I wanted to come back future मा but I wanted to go abroad तर मेरो यो thinking completely change भएको भन्दाखेरि when my dad got really sick के 4 years back my papa got really sick and he had this brain stroke and then a lot of things happened and I was the only one here because my younger sister was studying in India and my elder sister was studying in Australia and त्यतिखेर त अब भयो I was there अब सबै ठीक एकदम गाह्रो भयो ठीक भयो सकियो के अनि त्यसपछि मैले रिफ्लेक्ट गरेँ कि one of हुन्छ नि one of us needs to stay here with our parents.
Just in case.
Not just in case भनेको
But
त्यो
just-
because they give all their life for us.
Yeah.
अनि मैले कम्प्रोमाइज गरेको होइन के इट्स नट द्याट आई इट वाज माई चोइस होइन
Yeah.
मेरो लागि चाहिँ अब मेरो पनि यहाँ करियर हुनसक्छ नि नहुन सक्ने त होइन नि त बट मेरो लागि चाहिँ मेरो पेरेन्ट्स थियो कि बिगेस्ट रिजन टु स्टे ब्याक हियर अनि कहिलेकाहीँ चित्त त दुख्छ नि बिकज नेपाल इज नट सरी द्याट अमेजिङ यु नो
I mean, I feel like that's why a lot of young people
Yeah,
go
well-
abroad, right?
या अब त्यहाँ कमाउने पैसा र यहाँ कमाउने पैसाको रेसियो नै इट्स लाइक सो ह्युज
Huge.
हुन्छ नि
And then, like, not even that, it's like finding the right job is
Yeah.
so hard.
Right. You
I
can't
mean-
be yourself. Yeah, you know, there's so many restrictions here. But still, मेरो लागि चाहिँ I'm very close to my parents. And for me, I want my sisters to feel हुन्छ नि there's someone here to
Yeah.
take care of them. And it was my call. Okay, nobody pressured me or anything, and I feel proud. And I'm just happy that I feel like I'm more lucky to spend more time with my parents, which I feel sorry for them at times.
But yeah, I mean, like you were saying,
Yeah.
this is your choice, and I
Yeah.
feel like we should make this very clear that
Yeah.
there's no feeling of you being held back. This was what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's sad, Manav.
it's still sad,
It's
right?
sad. Why? Because I lived in a very big joint family and I had so much fun while growing up. And that house is empty now. And I just feel so sad that
All the-
सबैजना छुट्यो नि त अब everyone will get married, they'll have their own life. अनि it's so sad, no? हाम्रो countryले राम्रो नगरेर they had to leave.
yeah.
अनि
Like it's not even their fault, you know.
Yeah,
You
it's not
can't
even
even like
because
be mad at them for going to
Yeah.
find a better life, you know.
yeah, of course.
It's not.
Yeah,
say-
but they studied so well because in मेरो family सबैजना was very good good in academics के सबैजना अनि तर त्यस्तो राम्रो हुँदा पनि they couldn't get you know wow good salary job भनौँ न अब त्यो त्यस्तो it's
yeah, नेपालमा.
नेपालमा त्यस्तो करियरै छैन इट्स सो फ्रस्ट्रेटिङ होइन अनि दे ह्याड टु गो अनि आई डोन्ट ब्लेम देम भनेको क्या बट इट्स जस्ट लाइक अबको जेनेरेसनमा यु नो एभ्री वान अब भन मेरो फ्युचरमा किड्स भयो मेरो सिस्टरको किड्स भयो मेरो कजन्सको किड्स भयो भने दे वन्ट बी एबल टु मिट क्या
Like in
like how you and
ours,
I, yeah, like how we
exactly.
grew up together, you know.
That will be so hard.
Yeah, I know.
'Cause-
So त्यो चाहिँ sad हो क्या अनि पेरेन्ट्सहरू
Do you feel like we're losing part of our religion due to people?
not religion but I
Not
think
religion,
values.
but, like,
I think you won't learn that values
I feel like
which you
Nepal's a
learn with your
great
family. क्या.
Nepal's a great way of like. I mean, America त्यस्तो त हुँदै हुँदैन.
You
18.
lived half of your life, not half, your early life.
Yeah, 18 you're kicked out, you're gone, you know? You have to start paying rent or something. Families, like, it's really hard to find second cousins, whereas over here, second cousins are like my first,
Yeah.
and my actual cousins are like my own sisters,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like it's really hard to get that in
Yeah.
other places, and it's really sad that we're losing that
Yeah,
slowly.
when I think of you, like you lived 2-3 वर्ष त अमेरिकै बस्यो नि त तिमी त
Yeah.
सानो हुँदा अनि तिमी नेपाल नआएको भए यो कनेक्सन कहिले पनि हुँदैन थियो होला के मानव द वे द्याट वी हेभ के
Yeah.
एज सिब्लिङ सरी एज कजन्स भनौँ न त्यो अब फ्युचर लङ टर्म सोच्यो भने चाहिँ इट्स लिटल हार्ड अबको
Yeah.
जेनेरेसनमा चाहिँ
I feel like,
अब रेमिटेन्सले नै कन्ट्री चल्छ
I mean, I was about to go to boarding school, and
Yeah.
I'm about to cry thinking about, you know, not
Yeah.
doing this, and I just know I made the right decision because there's a time to go abroad, but it's not now.
Yeah.
I mean, you did say that you like everybody emptied in your house, like
It's
everyone's
very empty.
gone. It's really sad seeing it packed and full of energy and fun. Like I remember the old Bagh Bazaar days as well, because like, it was like a party all the time, and
Party all the time, yeah.
It was
There's
like-
always noise in that house.
noise sabai थियो. It was so.
Allah.
I remember Pradeep Daisanga, we play FIFA. There would be sabai. It was really, there was just a whole different vibe.
Yeah,
And-
you will see during wedding time pani
And-
Roshako.
Wedding time
So-
apani, you guys have a different bond, okay?
Yeah.
And ever since I saw that from a young age,
Yeah.
I've always told my dad, like, why can't the fufus just come live with us and we all live together, right? But
Right.
at the end of the day, people have their own life, their own responsibilities. But going back to my point of like everybody leaving the house and slowly becoming more empty.
Yeah.
Now that you're getting married soon, how does that feel to be leaving?
So you just announced that I'm getting married soon.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Thank you, Manav.
I can
Anyways,
cut it out.
I
if
don't
you
mind
want.
because I'm getting married very soon. Ani, it is very overwhelming, exciting, and scary at the same time.
Yeah.
यस्तो बेला चाहिँ I feel sad कि म किन छोरी भएर जन्मेँ हुन्छ नि, because I have to leave my parents and I have to go someone else's house, and I'm very excited because I will finally get a chance to live with my partner after like 8 years of relationship. I had to wait literally 8 years to live with him.
Yeah.
That is there. But having said that, I also feel very sad because I have to leave my parents. I have to leave my house where I grew up.
Yeah.
Just think about it.
No, because going back to like you stayed at the house because it was getting so empty and you feel like someone needed to be there. And
but
now
I'll still be closer. It's not that
it's not like you're leaving it
completely,
forever.
I will
but
obviously
like,
come back to, but living that
no,
space,
it's different.
my room, my comfort,
it's
I
so
have
different.
to adapt. I don't know how different it will be.
You can't say right now, right?
But when you think about completely new space, like you had to adjust, you need to adapt. You have to, there's सबै घरको आफ्नै way of living हुन्छ नि त. अनि कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ डर लाग्छ, being very honest, how I don't know about, is it right to हुन्छ नि, is it यसरी भन्नु ठिक हो कि हैन, I don't know हुन्छ नि, but डर लाग्छ.
I mean,
there are मेरो एकदम धेरै mental breakdowns भइरहेछ. I get so excited 2 दिन and 2 दिन I started crying thinking I have to leave.
It's going back to the point of you being pulled apart,
again,
right? There's two like sides to the story always, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean,
sometimes I think about your mom, Maizu, Maizu, like how she lived all her life in America with her parents, and she left everything behind and came back, came to Nepal. Completely new lifestyle. It's not only about new house, it's new country, new family,
new food,
and she's
new way
Indian,
of living.
She's Indian American. Now she comes into this very strict Nevari family. And I just like, she did it, I can also do it. So it's scary. I
mean,
life. You're lucky that you're
I'm not that old yet. I don't have to make those decisions.
Right. Yeah, not yet.
I feel like, scary to think about life sometimes because a lot of good things happen. But I feel like for those good things to happen, it's a very scary choice, Yeah,
you need to leave behind so many things for so
I feel like everything has not consequences or like consequences, but also sacrifices. Like, to get something that you want, it's never free. You've always got to give up something.
You can't get everything.
Yeah.
You need to leave something. Sometimes it can be career, sometimes it can be a family, sometimes it can be something that you want to do, but
Yeah, and sometimes, I mean, talking about leaving family, our grandfather recently passed away.
Yeah.
I mentioned this on our earlier podcast, but I just think that really changed who I was, what I valued. And I have so much gratitude for you, Didi, because you, Riju Didi, like all the cousins, including Zoya, my sister, all of them, you guys helped me so much because in that moment, I was 13.
Stop doing this to me.
I was 13, 14, and I was I'm a teenager, so my hormones and my emotions are in overdrive.
Oh my God.
And it just tore me apart. I mean, I just wanted to pause life. I wanted to stop my way of living. I feel like a lot of things happened
To you.
in 2 weeks
I
for
know.
everyone.
For
I mean, for me, what was really hard is one of my favorite people in the world,
left.
Vivek Akash, left to India for his training.
Yeah.
And then after that, I found out that I didn't get accepted into
No,
boarding
before
school.
that, Ba left.
Before that bar left,
Yeah.
and then 3 days later, I got rejected
It
to
was a
boarding
tough
school.
2 weeks.
And I remember Ba's death like it was an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was 7:20.
Mm-hmm.
It was 7 o'clock. I called you
Yeah.
and I was like, Didi, you guys have to come right now. I have a really bad feeling.
Right.
One here, you know?
Oh, yeah, Samala. You called me actually, I guess.
Yeah, I called you, or I called Riju Didi, then I called you, then I called Fufu, and then you called me back. And then I almost broke down. I was like, I have a really bad feeling. Keep in mind, I was homeschooled, so like I had no proper socialization
Yeah.
besides the gym. And that was just really hard for me. And I just learned so much about life, and valuing the time you have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what did you learn, or what was your way of coping with this situation? Because it was honestly pretty crazy, because in the 13 days we had to do a bunch of stuff, and
Right.
it was, and I feel like our family definitely got closer in those 13 days. But honestly, from my heart, I feel like after that, it slowly started to dissipate, right? Because before when Bao was here, I feel like we used to come over a lot more, and Bao would bring the family together. And our grandmother definitely does that as well.
Ma got sick after that.
But then, oh my God.
I know it was all.
Then 1 month later.
This last year was a hard year for everybody. Yeah. I think for me, I still remember the exact date, 7th Jan.
Yeah.
That was the date it started when Ba got very sick that night.
I remember that night.
All were laughing. You were not there.
I wasn't there, but I was revising for a math test. I remember this.
No.
I was revising for a math test.
Yeah. So you were not there when we were having party in the other house,
Yeah.
And then we got a call from Mama that Ba got sick. So I think I remember that date, 7 Jan, Ba got sick.
Yeah.
7th Feb,
Ba came home.
Ba came home, and 7th March he left.
Yeah.
And I think, to be very honest, I was not prepared, because we always thought Ba was the most healthiest, because he used to live a very healthy life. He was a vegetarian. He never drank any alcohol, or he never smoked. He was very good with his diet and everything. He used to have lots of fruits, but unfortunately,
I remember very vividly, Ba would always drink a cup of warm milk in the white like ceramic cup with the engraving lines all around. I remember that so much.
So yeah, I think so. No one was prepared for his.
We always thought it was Ma, right?
Right.
Including Ma herself.
Yeah, and so that was very unfortunate, and I think we all took Ba a little granted that his presence.
I think we did,
and that 2 months changed our life. How much how much he meant to us in our life.
Yeah.
So
I think,
and me, Riju, and Sefina, we grew up with Ba since our childhood.
Yeah.
Ba is like our parents.
Yeah.
So, oh my God.
I mean, I only had like a proper 9 years with Ba. You guys had what?
28 years. Of
I
my life
mean,
with Ba,
and 7 years destroyed the crap out of me. I have no idea what it did to you guys, cause
no. At the end of the day, this is life. This is how I take man of things. This is life. Every man
Has to go.
Yeah, they will leave. And but I think the most important thing is like when you have to value your family at the end of the day, no matter what, because no one's gonna be there for you except your loved ones,
Yeah.
right? So I think Ba's death was
A
that,
calling.
yeah, at least respect each other, value family, and let's. I think small thing matters at the
No
end of the
small
day.
thing does matter. I feel like Baj showed that in his life.
Yeah.
He would do very small things that brought
Yeah.
smile to
अनि मैले चाहिँ
everyone's
अहिलेको
faces.
जेनेरेसनमा फिल गरेको कि अहिले यस्तो लाइफ डिफ्रेन्ट भइसक्यो कि पेरेन्ट्स ग्रान्ड पेरेन्ट्सहरू सबैले देख्दैन के दे लाइक ग्रान्टेड
देख्दैन?
लिन्छ के लाइक
Life.
देयर एक्जिस्टेन्स अनि
I feel like
मेक देम फिल गुड
one of the reasons it was really, really hard for me was just going back to your point of accepting the fact that nobody lives forever. It hit me like a knife in my back. Cause that's, I mean, so far I'm only 14, so I have so much more to discover. But I feel like that's one of the hardest things to accept as well as process, and fully understand that no matter how good and how strong something is, the bond, not the bond, but it won't last forever. Something people will go, and what was really scary for me was thinking about my own parents passing away,
Yeah, same.
Because when Dad lit the fire, I just thought that one day I'm gonna have to do that twice.
Oh,
And that's terrifying for me.
that's life.
And because I need a little extra support in life, I always had this persona that my parents will be there for me, and that if I needed any support, they would always be there for me.
Right. They will.
They will. But eventually, and that would just, I didn't know what to do, and I still don't know what to do, and I feel like going back to the point that, like, I guess we'll find out when it happens, right? It's like we're going back to everything, like your job, your Miss Universe, you're getting married, right? You won't know until it actually happens,
Of course.
right?
Like you said, like the most scariest thing in my life was like losing my people,
Exactly.
And I think back a month ago or something, me, Rich or someone discussed, there will be a time when Ma-Ba will leave. How are we supposed to cope that situation? भन्ने एकदम धेरै हामी कहिलेकाहीँ डिस्कस गर्छ नि यस्तो सिचुएसन पनि आउँछ भनेर अनि Fufajo, my father, my papa got very sick.
Yeah.
That was the time ke मलाई hit गरेको. People might leave you,
So that was when it hit you.
Yeah, like bars that hit you. And मलाई चाहिँ त्यो टाइममा चाहिँ I became very strong के त्यहाँदेखि चाहिँ. And त्यो time चाहिँ I really struggled like you did, Fortunately, Papa is very fine. He's in very good health, thank God, But त्यो moment भनौँ न एजमा ल्याइदिएको हो नि त मलाई त.
Yeah.
You can lose anybody in your life. There's no केही पनि भरोसा छैन लाइफमा भनेर. अनि त्यतिखेर चाहिँ I struggle like you did. त्यही भएर बाको डेथ एक्सेप्ट गर्न चाहिँ
अलिकति
सजिलो त होइन बट
सजिलो.
I accept it भन्नु खोजेको.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel when you grieve loss, you can be in denial and
that's more scary actually.
And I was in that place actually.
You have come a long way, Manav.
I think and you and Didi, just you and Riju Didi and Serena Didi, you guys would, and Neetu Didi was also here, Niha Didi, everyone was here.
Roisha was here.
Roisha Didi was here, all of us were here. It was really
People must be wondering
perfect.
who are they, or like, hey,
Hey,
they're our sisters.
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know, yeah.
But you guys would take me out, you would take me to eat, and you would take me. And so the first few times I couldn't stay at home. I would sit at the gym and I would just pretend like none of it happened. And that honestly did me more harm.
Yeah.
And I had to figure out a way to face it. And it's not like, oh, just stay at home, lock yourself in, because then that also does harm, right? You gotta slowly do it. You can't just dive in head first. You've gotta
Yeah.
like feel it out and slowly do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm still in that process
Just telling it.
because I feel like life is normal and I haven't honestly fully
Oh, it happens to
digested
me
and
every day.
appreciated, you know.
It happens to me every day. I'm like, today I'm like, I'm the happiest, and the next I'm like, what am I doing? You know, then the next day I miss Ba,
Yeah.
and the other next day I'm like, I'm questioning my job again.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is life.
Is it just
But I think the most important thing is like you need to have a conversation
with people?
with people, you know, whom you trust, you know, so
Yeah.
that you don't put everything inside.
Okay.
So like this can be your space of, you know,
Yeah.
putting out there,
Yeah.
right? Or you can talk to your mom,
Mom.
or like how we talk
Yeah.
when we meet.
Yeah.
You know? So you know, rather than keeping inside here, it's
Yeah.
better to have it out there.
Yeah.
हुन्छ नि बोल्दै बोल्दैन अनि sometimes I struggle this with my partner क्या who is like for him it's very hard to speak out क्या so
I feel like a lot of, I mean, I'm not being stereotypical, but I feel like a lot of men struggle with that.
yeah
I feel like
I completely agree.
I feel like I struggle with that as well. I feel like women are better at that than men because
women are better in expressing that.
yeah, because I feel
that's how
like,
society has always
I feel like-
created, you know.
yeah, it's like a persona or like a stereotype. It's like men had to be strong for their family. They're the backbone. They have to provide and feed.
They can't cry.
Yeah, they can't cry because it'll
It's
bring
all
the whole
bullshit.
It's all family. I feel like in the modern generation, we're finally realizing the true
Yeah, we are
the
evolving
true
slowly. Yeah.
importance of mental health,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because let's start with like mental health, right? Live your life depressed, you won't die, right? But then we came into knowledge of suicide and
Yeah.
all this other stuff, and now we're really realizing that it actually is a big threat, right?
It is.
And I feel like we're still in the process of realizing it,
Yeah.
but it's getting there.
Right.
Wouldn't you say? I feel like we still have a long way to go,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Mental health, I feel like, is much more complicated than just saying, you know.
It is complicated because everyone cannot express what they feel inside, and even though they want to, some they get scared of being judged, you know, for feeling certain way, right?
Yeah.
So that is why I said like it's very important to have someone in your life with whom you can have honest, brutally honest conversations through fights or through arguments or through, you know, very soft conversations.
And I feel like all of this, including like the purpose of life and what I want to do with myself,
Mm-hmm.
it all hit me when Ba passed away. This all just,
Yeah,
life hit me in the head.
right.
And like your Miss Universe time and like your recently getting married and all this other stuff, it's hitting you like a brick wall because it's
It
like
is.
this is happening, right? Because we always think about getting married as a kid, but now that it's actually happening, it's crazy, right?
Absolutely.
And when Bob passed away, and when your father got sick, all of this, it hit you like a brick wall. And this was one of those moments for me. And it's really,
How are you coping
right now,
through podcasts?
I wouldn't say through podcasts, although this is really helpful.
Yeah.
But I don't know how.
You're still figuring out?
I'm still figuring it out.
That's fine.
I feel like the gym definitely helps me cope because it's just somewhere where I can forget and channel that bad energy. Not so much forget, but just channel the bad energy.
You can take it somewhere.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, how do you deal with it? Because I feel like there's no right or wrong way.
Yeah.
And there's so many different unique ways. Everyone has their own way.
So my way is like, I can't keep everything here, right? Because I go through every day so much. So for me, I need to take it out. So like you take it out through your gym.
Yeah.
For me, it's like I need to do a lot of talking.
Okay.
I need to share it with
Somebody.
I need to tell how my day was, how frustrated I am, how good I feel.
Do you, whenever you go through these moments, do you know who you're going to fall back on? Like, you know who you're going to talk to about this.
Yeah.
Like, you have your friend or your Riji Didi or Roisha Didi or your mom and dad or...
It depends. But
it definitely depends.
It's mostly my partner. I tell him everything, Even if I have to say something about someone in the office that I don't like, I go like, hey, she or he did that to me. I didn't like, I just go there and just tell him. I don't put anything here. So that's why I can start a very good, fresh day the other day. So I think in life, you need to have someone. It can be anybody. It can be your friend, it can be your mom, it can be your dad or your girlfriend or boyfriend or anyone. But you just need to take it out. You can't keep it. And then I think it will be easy for you to start your very next day with fresh mind and
Yeah.
So that's why I think in mental health, having conversations, one-to-one conversations is very important.
And I think we also have to realize that, like, when we grieve sometimes, we just want to stop everything and pause life.
Yeah.
But if we stop, it doesn't mean the life stops around us.
Yeah.
It keeps going.
Yeah.
Right? Every second, every minute, it keeps going. And that's just how life works. And
right.
I mean... When did that also hit you when your father got sick? That like
you have no idea, Manav. I went through shit. I'm sorry, I'm using that word, but I think, oh my God, I don't even want to remember, to be very honest. But it was one of the most hardest time of my life. But I'm so grateful that I had someone that I can, share, even though the moments were bad.
Yeah.
Even though the moments were sad, I had someone support. Unfortunately, you need someone support in your life too. Like you have your parents' support, right? You have your siblings' support, right?
Yeah.
So you need to have someone in. So अहिले गाह्रो भनेकै के हो? Loneliness.
Yeah.
मान्छे ट्रस्ट गर्न नसक्ने. So त्यसैले family, friends, loved ones matter गर्छ भनेकै त यही हो नि.
Because they're not filtered with you.
Yeah.
And you know who they are.
Absolutely. कस्तो घाँटी दुख्यो मेरो यता फर्केर.
मेरो पनि यार एकदमै इन्टेन्स भयो यो त. I thought this podcast wouldn't be heavy, but here
it is. मेरो फेभरेट पडकास्ट छ के एउटा, मैले नामै बिर्सेँ उसको तर.
ल फेभरेट पडकास्ट नामै बिर्स्यो. Bottoms up.
अर्को एउटा छ नि योगी
भन्ने पडकास्ट छ.
No, he's a yogi. I'm sure. होइन. Jay Shetty, sorry. Jay Shetty.
Nepali ho?
I know, Indian. He lives in. Have you?
No.
You should.
Okay, I should.
See, I'm also doing promotion. Jay Shetty Go podcast.
There we go.
Here we go. So you should listen to him. He's really good.
Yeah.
And yeah. के छ अरु सोध्नु पर्ने पर्सनल?
Nothing. I feel like
I need to work out. त्यही हो. तिमीबाट जिम इन्स्पिरेसन लिनु पर्ने मैले. I'm being very अल्छी अहिले.
तर अब
त्यो जिम नगएर नै हो गर्दन दुखेको अहिले
I know मेरो पनि दुखिरहेको छ and I go to gym. यो त natural. Membership.
कति छ
6,000 rupees.
कुन जिम प्रमोट गरिहाल नि
The Pump Nepal. To our previous
महँगो भयो नि
guest.
1000 यहाँ पडकास्टमा उनलाई डिस्काउन्ट छैन
But you also get group classes also in the package. Huh? Oh, okay. I'll put this. Don't worry. Yeah. So talk to our previous guest, Sefina Joshi, for more details. But you can get 6,000 a month for either group classes, MMA, or and jiu-jitsu. And on top of all that, you can use the gym at any time. So come on, Didi, let's go.
I need
New
to
year, new me.
New me and new year no me होला जस्तो गर्दैन त I was so disciplined. Oh my god, थाहा छ मैले
तपाईँले पहिला त कति उचाल्थ्यो भन्नु न
स्क्वाट गर्थेँ मैले 65 kgs वेट उठाएर त्यो पनि 7 reps
7 reps.
proud of
मेरै खुट्टा दुख्यो यार
अन्त
My God.
I miss gym. I'll start after marriage.
After this podcast, you turn
no,
off the
no.
camera and we start right now.
बिहापछि अब जे गर्नु छ सबै
यो
बिहापछि
क्यामेरा अफ भएपछि पुशअप गर्ने यहाँ गरिराखौँ
सक्दिनँ त्यही नै हो just but I think before wrapping up I just wanted to say that I'm very proud of you मानव हुन्छ नि मैले पनि पडकास्ट सुरु गर्छु भनेको तर मेरो चाहिँ कुरैमा त भयो but you did it. I'm just so proud of you and you have come a very long way and not only as a sister but as an individual and you are an inspiration to a lot of not only young people but to many people out there, you know. And no, seriously, I think whoever is watching, you know, you need lots of guts, science, you know, to be here and to do this, whatever you are doing.
And
you know, it takes people like 20, 30 years and you're like, see, 14 and you're talking about life, you're talking about loss, you're talking about values and which is so rare, you know. And I think मेरो राम्रो तिमीलाई मेरो भनौँ न मेरो upbringing राम्रो भयो
That I mean, this goes both ways, you know. It's a balanced scale. I've learned so much from you, and
thank you.
I can't wait for your wedding. We're gonna dance so much.
Yeah.
But I feel like today I always knew your story, but it was always bits and pieces, and it never really connected until today. To be totally honest.
Yeah.
And I truly realize what you've gone through, and I feel like sometimes you don't realize it. And I feel like no matter how many times people will tell you, publicly and privately, but what you do is a true inspiration because you have the guts to follow what you want, you know, and you're aware of the sacrifice it takes, but you still go get what you want, which
can I tell you?
Many people cannot do.
Can I tell you one last thing? You know, I was having this conversation with my brother in America, and then I was like, मलाई embarrassment feel हुन्थ्यो क्या म पेसेन्टमा गयो भने कहिले you know how you doubt your decisions ला म किन गएँ जिते पनि जितेन I didn't perform well and some people are going to judge me but
runner up man what
I know but you know how you can be you know like
because humans always want more right
no it's not about wanting more like how you doubt your decisions at times
okay.
And I was feeling that way and मेरो दाइले चाहिँ के भन्नुभयो भन्दाखेरि no भाउजूले चाहिँ
this is Pradeep Dai
no it's James Dai you know
James Dai okay
in Seattle you visited them ni yeah अनि भाउजूले चाहिँ के भन्नुभयो भन्दाखेरि oh my god चाहिँ सेफिनाले गर्यो म जिन्दगी त्यस स्टेजमा बोल्न सक्दिनँ how she performed you know to participate so it's not about going in a beauty pageant but having that courage to go there but she made me realize
it's like what you did was crazy like I was sweating looking at you okay like I was like what in the world I mean like how are you managing not just the people looking at you not just the bright light shining on you but even you being aware that there are a bunch of TVs that have your face on it and people are watching it
Thanks.
with intent and like That's
So
just
that
crazy.
day
Like, how do
I-
you deal with that? You
that
know?
day I realized like acknowledgement is so much important in life to feel good. के
Like,
So हामी
acknowledgement.
कस्तो लोभी भइदिन्छ नि कसैलाई कसैको तारिफ गर्न कसैलाई थ्याङ्क यू भन्न यु नो लाइक यु डिड ग्रेट भन्न हुन्छ नि बट त्यो एउटा थ्याङ्क यू यु डिड ग्रेटले त्यो मान्छेको कन्फिडेन्स कहाँ लान्छ भन्ने कुरा मलाई त्यो दिन फिल भएको थियो कि
Yeah.
सो आई थिङ्क या ह्याभिङ सेड
Just like
द्याट
spread gratitude.
थ्याङ्क
and
यू
just- But going back to our wrap up, it's just crazy, you know, what you've been through. And I'll say it again until it works, but you are an inspiration. Your stories are an inspiration. And भोज त मिठो हुन्छ होला है
एकदम मैले पकाएर खुवाउनुलाई नि त सबै
वाह अनि तपाईँले हातले खुवाउँछ मलाई ल थ्याङ्क
भन्दैन
यू
त सबैलाई
ओ या दिदीको हातबाट खुवाउन त एकदमै मिठो हुन्छ यार बिबु दाई यु लकी म्यान ओ बिबु बिनाजु यु लकी म्यान
यो म्यान है
तर
मेरो फेभरेट पार्ट नै बाबुलाई हातले खुवाउने हो कि लाइफको
thank you so much. But thank you so much for listening to episode 3 of Bottom Up, and I feel like we've learned a lot.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.